All right, how's it going, everybody? My name's Maxwell McGee. I'm the new Associate PC Games Editor here at GameSpot.com. And today I'm sitting down with Scott Hartzman, who's going to be running us through Rift, Plains of Telara. Scott, why don't you give us the introduction to your game?
Absolutely. Thanks, Max. So we've got Rift, Plains of Telara up on the screen here. And so you begin, obviously, by selecting your race. And we've got 3 races on each side of the game. We've got Defiance have 3, and the Guardians, the other faction, have 3 races. And so we'll go through and begin to customize. You choose your archetype or your calling here on this screen. The archetype is really all you choose right now, because later on in the game you actually begin to collect souls that define the abilities of your character. The entire idea of our class system is that you are able to, you roll up your character inside of one of these callings, and we'll show you the beginnings of one of the warrior callings here that actually has a number of souls equipped. So you can make, as a warrior, you can find or acquire like the soul of a beastmaster, the soul of a paladin, the soul of a reaver, the soul of a warlord, and begin customizing these things any way you choose. And then on top of that, you have different roles that you're able to save off, such that you can have one role saved for soloing, one role saved for PvP, one for raiding, one, and so on and so on. And yeah, so here up on the screen you can see the combination that Hal is playing right now. It's a Paladin Riftblade Void Knight, which looks like a build for, let's see, it looks like a build for a guy who likes some tanking but still wants to do some damage, and still wants to be able to take on lots of creatures at once when he's out in the wild. And then you can also see that you can switch between souls here as easy, or switch between roles, sorry, as easy as clicking the button. And now you can see he's got a very heavy Reaver build, which is definitely a lot more about damage and a different type of tanking. And so here we are in Iron Pine Peak, which is a mid to high level zone up in the north of Telara. And we can show off the area a little bit, and we can see if there's any invasions or rifts going on right now. Yeah, tell us some more about the rift system that you mentioned earlier. Yeah, so rifts, the world of Telara is at the nexus, in its universe, it's at the nexus where all these planes of reality are intersecting. The planes of earth, air, water, fire, life, and death itself are pushing in on this world, and when they push in on this world, that's a sign that an invasion is about to occur there. And so players can go find these areas and lure out the invaders so they can fight them in a controlled manner on their own terms. These are highly social events, such that if I am out there, if I'm out there playing one of these events and you come and join me, we're both better off as a result, because we're going to defeat more opponents and we're going to get better rewards as a result. Which is kind of unlike what happens in a lot of games, where if one person sees a piece of coolness, they want to keep it to themselves because they don't want anybody else to take the reward from it. So yeah, our game is set up around the concept of the more the merrier, and we have events in the world, dynamic events in the world that are for balanced for solo players, solo players in small groups. We have others that are balanced for full groups, and others that are balanced for raids too. Off in the distance over here, we've got a water rift, and invasions from the plane of water are generally characterized by gigantic tentacles swinging from the air, and lots of rainy visuals, lots of water visuals, and then so all the creatures are tightly themed to their plane. And so let's get a little bit closer if we could. And we can see what happens. So you can see the ground, the ground changes, the sky changes. Essentially, it looks like it's a. You can go in there and kill some stuff, or you can change roles and kill some stuff, whichever you want to do. So yeah, and these events themselves are, like I said, they're all about destroying the other side, killing waves of these opponents. Some of them have other games inside of them. Some of them have entire like small towns that get spawned in the event area, and give you new things to fight through, and as well as just some of the simpler ones like this one that we see right here is just another way to excuse me, another way to work out your sword and get some good XP and loot for doing so.
All right, well, very nice. I think that's going to about do it for this segment. I understand you have an announcement that's possibly beta related.
Yes, indeed, indeed. You know, the game's been in alpha for, like I said, a number of months now, and we are announcing today that the game's first beta event will be taking place on December 3rd, and that website signups for our beta event have gone live on riftgame.com. So we strongly recommend that people come onto the site, sign up for a beta event, and then come on in and play when we run it.
All right, Scott, that was a look at Rift, and I understand we have some swag to give away.
We do, we do. We've got the premiere issue 0 of the Telara Chronicles. Actually really tells the story of the game very well. I've got a series of these that tells you some good stuff. And we also have some t-shirts. Here's one example of what the Guardian t-shirt would look like. We have Guardian and Defiant side, but the Guardian one is here today.
Very nice.
And then on top of that, we also have some beta keys, some VIP beta keys, in fact, that get people into all of our beta events. And so once you have one of those for all of the beta events that we run, people can come on in and play.
All right, well, very nice. Thank you so much for coming by today and showing off Rift.
Thanks for having us.
And on with the show.